My goodness.
Oh, no, he didn't. A little shake of the shoulder. Free flowing. Look at this move. Take your time. Now a little shuffle. And then let's see. Okay, I'll shoot the three.
Joe going for another game winner. He puts it up. It is no good. Jam follow Josh Smith. Tap the basket. And the Hawks have done it again.
It's definitely an opportunity that I'm really looking forward to, and getting a chance to play with Darren, getting a chance to meet with the coaches, and just be a part of this whole organization. So I think we got a great upside with this team, and we got a lot of great pieces.
Korver for the win.
Bam!
Got it! 1.9 remaining. Atlanta goes up 101-100. Timeout Wizard.
It's going to be different, just totally new team. And our whole thing is how quick we're able to mesh as a team and find that chemistry. But I think it'll be good. I think that we have a lot of potential.
Smith! Oh, my goodness! Whoa! Wow! Check the rim for bruises after that one. Good presence. Lob and slam! It's Hill on a special delivery.
And Harris is trying to beat Paul George over the screen. No ball pressure. It's easy for athletic Paul George to
ownership, GM, and roster. And here in Atlanta, they have all three things going in a positive direction. So it made it the perfect place, the perfect fit for me.
With the 17th pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Dennis Schroeder from Braunschweig, Germany.
Joe Dumars made the big move last week in agreeing to terms with the 9-year vet. Smith was formally introduced this afternoon in Auburn Hills. The deal is official, 4 years, $54 million.
The Atlanta Hawks organization for this opportunity, and I believe it's going to be special. This is definitely, where I want to be, definitely where I want to continue my career, and I'm excited about this upcoming season.
Everybody thought it was going to be a rebuilding year, but we have guys that want to be better, that want to learn, want to play the right way, and we're all still trying to figure out at this point, but I feel like we've been making progress. I was trying to be, very positive about the situation. I was actually thinking about going back in the game. I was sitting in the bench. I'm like, no, I'm okay. But then, I was like, there's something wrong.
Millsap gets around. Throws it down. Oh, Millsap with evil intent on that dunk.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, let's go.
On display from the opening tip in this game. It was about the D and the trio of George, Pivot, Stevenson. And you got to throw West in there as well.
On an individual basis, and as far as our team is concerned, we want to get better from the start of the season to the end of the season, and we're constantly looking to grow and improve. Our group is a very, very unselfish group. Congratulate our starting five on the recognition that the NBA has given to them for their work this past month. Very happy for them, but very happy for the entire team. I think it's reflective of all the work that everybody's putting in each day.
Kyle Korver. How about 2 in a row, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, indeed. There he is again.
How about 3 in a row?
You're making 4 in a row. Let's get it.
And that is why they sell out this building.
I'm just so grateful to have such a great group of players. The players are the ones that get it done on the court. They are the ones who are most deserving of the credit. And for our players, I'm incredibly grateful.
Improvement so far. Here comes Schroeder. Off balance. Magical finish. And a chance at a three-point play.
That's it. The Atlanta Hawks win the game, win the series, and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 45 years.
There's James off the high dribble to the bucket. Serving up a facial. LeBron James to the rim.
Tony Ressler has agreed to buy the team for up to $850 million. Ressler's group, which includes former All-Star Grant Hill, will assume some debt from previous ownership.
The ability to acquire a player who's established himself in the league after 2 years as somebody that can help a team continue to build and create flexibility in the future.
The Hawks plan on promoting Mike Budenholzer to team president and head coach, partnering in the front office with Wes Wilcox, who will become the Hawks general manager, replacing Ferry.
Feels great. Feels great to get it over with. The past 2 years has been great for us. Seeing this team, seeing this organization rise. Want to be a part of it. Want to continue to grow it.
They were a 60-win team last year. Now people are picking them at the 49, 50-win mark. I don't see a reason to drop off that many wins. Why? I mean, this is basically the same team.
Millsap, there's the fake up the three. Ball drives it and a big man jam and hits its face. Boy, that got him excited on the Hawk bench. 28-13.
It's called a big man dunk.
It's
called a big man dunk. As she wrote, the Atlanta Hawks will advance and they will take on the defending Eastern Conference champion Cleveland Cavaliers. Goes to the corner. Horford tries to get to it. The three is on the way. Millsap is off. And it's over. And the Cavaliers have swept the Hawks. And Cleveland is back in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I couldn't believe it. I was actually in disbelief. Getting traded is never like good or good news really, but when they got traded to the Pacers, best news I heard in years.
Plethora of big men to go along with them. They can bounce Al around at the 4, some 5. They can play him in a lot of different areas. Great coaching staff with Brad Stevens. So there's probably a lot of different things that he really, really loved about that organization. I can see why he chose Boston over Atlanta.
They're not a championship team by any stretch, but with Dwight Howard in the middle, you still got Paul Millsap. Now they're going with Dennis Schroeder at the point guard. You can argue that they could be as good as anybody else in the East outside of Cleveland.
I can see things going perfectly well and the Hawks finish with 50-something wins, or things going poorly. They got to trade Paul Millsap at the deadline and they finish with 35 wins. It could be either way, really.
I mean, it's a great move, right? He's one of the best three-point shooters of all time. Now you can surround LeBron with even more shooting. I think the Cavs got better.
Ball rescued by Millsap. Turns, fires, got it! At the horn! Unbelievable! We've got overtime!
And Atlanta's season will come to an end with a first-round defeat. Coach Bud makes that long, lonely walk down to shake the hand of Scott Brooks and wish him well.
Now it's time to get with Coach Bud and his staff, the basketball operations staff we have here in place, and we're going to start working, putting together a plan for the future.
He's not what he used to be. Dwight Howard is a really good guy. Dwight Howard is somebody that's been excoriated at certain times, and I think it's unfair because he's treated like he's a bad guy.
With the 19th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select John Collins from Wake Forest University.
This was a natural fit with the Nuggets. He just will be perfect playing off of Jokic up front. They're going to be a much, much improved team with Paul Millsap on their squad next year.
I play how aggressive I am, like contact, I like playing physical, getting, doing the dirty work. Obviously, there's an adjustment period. Really ready to get to it because it's what I do.
G League affiliate, one game to advance. Collins again with a monster throwdown.
I think it's important to begin with, for me to thank Coach Bud for everything he's done for the Hawks organization the last 5 years. We kind of came to the conclusion it was time for both of us to part ways.
The Hawks will select Luka Doncic with the 3rd pick. They will send him to Dallas. And if Trae Young is still there at number 5, and he's expected to be, Trae Young will go from the Dallas Mavericks at 5 to the Atlanta Hawks at 3.
For Oklahoma City, Dennis Schroeder to get a starting level NBA point guard. And now at Atlanta, with the arrival of Trae Young from Oklahoma, the 5th overall pick in the draft, this will become Trae Young's team very quickly.
I want to be on a team where I can contribute and do for my team, more so than just sit on the bench and just be a part of all the wins, all the losses, and hopefully a championship.
They're turning the ball over to Trae Young, who just turned 20 years old. He's going to be kind of the main determinant for wins for them this season. And as a high-risk, high-reward player, that's going to be a lot of high risk.
Lays it into Trae. 2 seconds, one. Trae's floater. Good! With .1! And the Hawks are going to win this game.
The Los Angeles Lakers select DeAndre Hunter from the University of Virginia. The Atlanta Hawks select Cam Reddish from Duke University.
The culture here is great. I'm here to
just continue moving the franchise in the right direction. That's winning the championship. Excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting after it.
I think I did okay for my first year. I know what to work on. I know what I need to get better at. For me, I definitely want to get a taste of what the playoffs is going to be like.
Young got away. Len makes Miami pay. The double on Young did not work. Their 11th straight game here. It took a rush to end the game.
Definitely like the way I like to play. I'm a rim runner. I say pick and rolls, lobs, energy, rhythm. So it's definitely, we already talk about it. We definitely should be able to do some magic together.
Trying to get organized defensively. Morris now. Oh, a fake behind the back, and Trae lays it in.
Man, just a beautiful one-on-one.
The sixth pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Onyeka Okongwu from the University of Southern California.
Atlanta Hawks continue to do work. Look what they do to surround Trae Young in the backcourt. It's some leadership. Rondo coming over from winning a championship with the Lakers.
Gallinari is a great pickup for the Hawks. That's a young team, a really good young core led by Trae Young. They want to get closer to the playoffs. And Gallinari, coming off a very good year in Oklahoma City, is there.
The Bogdanovich offer sheet is something. I actually really like his fit at Atlanta. I like the idea of another really good ball handler on the wing who can get the ball out of Trae Young's hands a little bit.
It's going to be hard to stop them offensively. I don't care about how terrible they are on the defensive end. And I got Atlanta making the playoffs and actually make some noise in the playoffs.
It was certainly a forgettable one for the Hawks. They finished 4-11. Only the Rockets and T-Wolves had worse records. Defense continued to be an issue for Atlanta. You could say that's sort of been the Achilles heel for Pierce during his tenure with the team.
They've underachieved to this point, and changes had to be made. An official naming of Nate McMillan to replace him. When Nate was brought in as a lead assistant in the offseason, it was expected that this move could happen.
As it poked out of his hands by Collins. Trae picks it up. Off the glass! John Collins, not once but twice, pried the ball loose. Trae looks back, says, okay, John, I see you. And Collins.
You needed to make a move because Lou Williams hasn't been playing as great. Yeah. I like Serge and I like the way Serge is playing, but I feel like, there's a difference between him and Montrez.
I got the Knicks winning this series in 7 games. The New York Knicks will scratch and claw their way to the second round against a team with a lot of promise, but just a little bit too young.
Here is Young, finds his spot. Young on the floater, puts it in. Trae Young with a miraculous shot. And Atlanta, your Hawks are headed back to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 6 years. Nate McMillan and the Atlanta Hawks win Game 7 on the road in Philadelphia.
And Trae Young hears it. Gave it his all despite the leg injury.
I definitely feel like this is the start. I mean, this is the beginning. We've accomplished so much in this year. The young guys, we all understand that this is just the beginning. It's fun. We have the city excited. We want to keep it this way.